Hello everybody and welcome. This is MFL Total Access. I'm Wayne Power.
I'm Terry Babalis this week.
A whiter version of Terry Babalis.
I wouldn't say that.
Much whiter version. Well, now he's in Greece, so he's going to be even less white than when he came back. But this is John Evans, the Commissioner of MFL.
That's me. All the way on camera instead of off camera.
Thank you for joining the show.
No worries.
Your place is super nice.
Thank you.
Thank you for inviting me. Thank you to Kat as well. And yeah, it's second time you're on the show, right?
Yeah, the first time with Terry, now with you, and I'm going to be judging constantly in my head who's better.
Wow, well, that's going to be an easy one to figure out.
Terry's winning right now. Just so you know.
Week 1 is already in the books
Yeah.
in MFL. However, we wanted to talk about some...
Oh yeah, exciting stuff. Youth League, kids 7 to 14, divided up into 2 different groups. We're running that basically at the other field. So if you're playing at Arthur-Terrian, we're over there at LeBaire. And halfway through this year, we're going to switch over where the adults are going to play at LeBaire,
Nice.
which is looking fantastic, by the way.
Yes.
And then the kids will be over at Arthur-Terrian. But they play every week at noon. When we get more kids and more players, we'll start making more time slots that'll be earlier. So we'll be playing possibly 11 or 10. But right now, it's every week at noon. It's just pickup. We have about 4 or 5 teams worth of kids divided pretty evenly actually between 7-11, 7 to 11, and 12 to 15.
Nice.
And if you're a kid, not you, I mean, I guess your kid could be watching this.
Yeah. Some mothers watch this.
If you're in that age group, or you have a child in that age group that you'd like to play, just get in touch with us, either mtlflagfootball@gmail.com or on our Facebook page. However you want to do it, let us know that your kid would like to play, and we'll get it set up. Like I said, it's just pick up now, but everyone's learning the games, everyone's having a lot of fun, and when we have enough players, we'll make teams. Oh, and very importantly, it's totally free. The MFL is covering the costs.
That's amazing.
So, it's no cost. You just got to let us know you want to come out.
So for all those little chickadees out there, they have free football on Saturdays.
I would never call them chickadees. I apologize for Will's inappropriateness.
That is really cool. So it's just pick up now, you said?
It is just pick up.
Okay,
and
cool,
but even when we switch to teams, for at least
Yeah.
this year, it will be completely free.
Okay.
In the future, we'd like to keep it free, but we may have to charge something. But it'll probably be in the $25 to $50 per season per kid range.
Oh, that's a steal.
It's we're trying to make kids should get to play sports, and money shouldn't be an issue. So. We're doing everything I can. We're running obviously at a loss. The MFL is paying for stuff, and we'll continue to run at a loss. That's fine. We want kids to play.
Hey, awesome. That's why they call you the commish.
There you go.
Good news for this year is that we will be at, like you said,
wait, before we get into this, register. If you haven't registered, register. Don't email me Saturday morning saying my sub can't play because he's not registered. Registered, log in, click your My Profile button, see that you are registered. Don't ask me on Saturday.
No, because before the episode, John was like, can we talk about the youth league? And I said, sure. He's like, I gotta get those damn kids to register.
It's not the kids.
It's the parents. But yeah, register. It makes your job easier.
Well, at some point we're going to require it. So I suggest it. But you actually have to be registered to sub for a team.
Okay.
So you can sub, add yourself as a sub anytime to a team, but you have to be registered before Thursday because we need to connect your profile in the back end. So make sure Thursday, the latest, you are registered.
Thursday.
Just do it now. Just go do it now. While you watch it, pause the video. Go do it.
Why are you waiting? As I was saying before you interrupted, the good news is for this year is we're going to be at 2 fields, but always... like all games will be at the same field.
Yeah, we're back to all games at the same field, and except for the youth league and 2 games each week, which will be the Iron Wolves games.
Go Wolves!
Go Wolves!
Nice. Okay, before we jump into week 1, the people had asked for a recap of the finals.
Yeah. And we don't care what the people want.
We don't.
Moving on.
No, we're just kidding. So yeah, I was away at camp, so we weren't able to we weren't able to give you guys that. But we have now with John and myself to recap quickly what happened in the playoff round.
So we'll just go over the games from last week, whether it was the semifinals or the finals. Div 1, A-Team Centurions. That was a fantastic game. 49-46 final. Really, Dave Doe played fantastically, made some amazing touch passes. But the Centurions were matching them every way. But I think people thought the Centurions would have been favored in that.
They were 2-0 against us previously.
Yeah, so there you go. I think people were thinking they were favored, but honestly, I think that is the best start to finish game I've seen a team play, and they won by 3 points. So they clearly neneeded to. But that was it was fantastic. It was high level play all around, and I felt like that like epitomized D1 football. So congratulations to a team there.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, I forgot you were on the team.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, that's I ref the game and I forgot.
Yeah.
Red Zone Outlaws D2.
What a story in Division 2.
Red Zone, my God. Mike Roy, I think, has been just balling out all year long. Been fantastic all season. I told them after we lost to them that if we had to lose, I'd be going for them because they were really that underdog coming in as not even in the playoffs.
The 5th seed.
the 5th seed and a 4th seed playoff.
Yes.
So, I mean, I guess the biggest person to thank for that would be Leitena.
Yeah.
Who
should they split the chip with them or?
Yeah. Well, we'll just give it to the Tena.
Yeah, that's fair.
Red Zones were the proxy team. Tena. But no, Red Zone were fantastic all around, and I didn't see much of this game because I was reffing. I'm only half paying attention while reffing though, so I did get to watch some.
At least you're honest.
No, but from what I heard from everybody afterwards, and I've seen obviously the team play during the season. I will say the big thing to me there is Chris Hope being added to that team about halfway
huge.
through. They weren't actually sure they could, but he had enough games, so they were saying that we're not going to add him. But then I told them, if he plays all your games, he can play.
Yeah, and he got a pick in this championship game.
Well, Chris, I think, was just back there as safety is huge for them, but also just leading that defense.
Yes, definitely.
We've played on teams with Chris, and he's a leader on defense. He'll tell people where to go. He analyzes offenses really well.
Yep.
I think most quarterbacks can, but he's a quarterback who's actually also athletic.
Yes. Yes.
One day I'll get there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it makes a huge difference having someone like that on defense because Mike has been leading this team all year on offense, but I just think they were missing that one component on defense, and I think that was Chris.
Totally, and this was we talk about a team win for Red Zone. Like Terry and I mentioned on the podcast, this is a team, a team that any given Saturday is going to be a different guy stepping up for them, whether that's in catches, yards, and they put up 60 points, John, 60 points against a team with Outlaws that on paper have a heck of a good defense, and really Mike Roy and that offense made Outlaws look silly in the game because they put up a 60 burger, which is very impressive.
They did, and then you also have to look at that's probably why defensively, 44 doesn't look great defensively, but when you're scoring so fast and so often, your defense is going to be on the field a lot. So 44 is not the worst amount of points to give up there.
Well said.
Who's I don't know if he's new or what, but he doesn't have a jersey with
he's a Canadians jersey?
Yes, I think so. What's his name?
The one that got a pick six?
Diesel? Yeah.
Against us?
That guy has been, at least against us,
Speedster.
Lighting it up. So he also, I think, is a big difference maker for them. I don't remember if he was on the team last year or not.
Don't believe so, but he made a big difference this year. Throughout the playoffs for sure.
D3. So we had 3 games there. We had the semifinals and finals. All relatively close games. Only one wasn't a one-score game. And that was Jagerbomb over Average Joe's. Thunder Buddies, you play on this team, don't you?
I do.
So why don't you tell us about the Idaho game?
Yeah, game against Idaho, 26-20, low-ish scoring game. Defense played well. MVP in this one goes to Steve. He got 2 interceptions in this game.
That's
he
true.
got 2 picks. He got 1 pick where he baited Brady, another pick where I think the rush got to Brady, and Steve literally made the game-sealing play by getting interception.
I'm telling you, that's one of those quarterbacks know what quarterbacks are seeing.
Yes.
I think your defense will honestly probably improve the more you play quarterback because you'll have a better and not that you're bad on defense, but it can improve because you'll know more and more about what defenses are what offenses are doing and what quarterbacks are seeing.
Right.
Because I think as a defender sometimes you forget that the quarterback can only see certain parts of the field and is looking at certain things and plays develop in a certain way and that's a tell sometimes, so you can see those things.
Yeah.
But yeah, Steve,
he was MVP.
He's picked me off multiple times.
Right.
Just because he gets in the right spot. I feel like defensively I can do that too, and it's not because it's not an athletic thing. It's just I know you get that feeling of where that ball is going based on what you're seeing develop around you.
For sure.
The final. Thunder Buddies Jagerbomb. That was
an incredible game. Yeah, incredible game. We were able to win 46-40, getting our revenge against Jagerbomb because they beat us the previous year in the championship game. We were up by 2 possessions that game. They came back and they won it. This game was back and forth. Honestly, it was teams weren't able to get stops. We were down by 8 at halftime in this one. We forced a quick 3-and-out by them. They punted. We scored, capitalized. We were exchanging touchdowns.
Yep.
They drove down late. We got an interception. We took it to around like the 5-yard line. We scored, and then our defense stood tall again.
What happened at the end there? Someone got a pick. Eh?
Yeah, yours truly got an interception there.
Really got a pick.
It was a heck of a game. And what's impressive, John, is that we were 6 both games. And Rob was rushing, and he was tired. Right, he was tired. It was a hot day. We had no subs. We played back-to-back games, so just super happy for the team. We were able to get the victory because being 6 on a hot day like that, when you're playing 2 games with Steve having quarterback games before and Jaff playing previously, it was incredible. It was a very sweet win by Thunder Buddies.
Yeah, it was a very excited team I saw there. D4 Super Friends Mustard Tigers. What I saw here is it was a close game. I will say closer than the score indicates. I can't remember what the halftime score was, but they were back and forth a bit, and then Super Friends just started reading OE better and better.
Yeah.
And taking the ball away. And it just opened up in the second half. And the bigger story there was I don't think the Mustard Tigers could really stop the Super Friends. It looked like the beginning they might be able to.
Right.
But then I think Super Friends basically scored every time.
It was it was a deep ball. Like the Super Friends love the deep ball, and if it ain't broke,
they're good players. They're good players, and really nice team. Really enthusiastic.
Yes,
that's how I'll put it.
Say the least.
Enthusiastic players. No, but I like that.
Of course.
It's enthusiastic without being.
They're not cocky. They don't rub it in people's faces. It's a good team to have in the MFL.
Div 5. Div 5 was a couple blowouts for the Cyclones winning. Honestly, the Drama Club game in the final ended early as the Cyclones just opened up on them and everyone was exhausted.
Yeah.
And so the interesting game there. I mean, congratulations Cyclones, obviously.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I think the best game of that semifinal final was the Phoenix Drama Club,
overtime
which
game.
Went to overtime.
Yes.
And then I think it was Kevin who choked. I'd say Kevin choked. I think that's.
He didn't win. Kevin did not win.
So
I think he's still waiting for his first championship at quarterback. He'll get it this year.
Yeah. No, I mean, look, 21-19 in a good game. But even Phoenix had injuries towards the end. An injury right before overtime, I want to say, possibly on the tying score. And I think it was Vince. Or was it Vince? Or
Long day. Well, I know that. Okay, wait. Vince's girlfriend, not sister. Vince's girlfriend.
Zane, Alabama. They can't be both.
That is true. Well, you never know nowadays, but no, good one. His girlfriend was feeling a little bit sick because of the heat, and she took a little bit of a break. It was hot.
Yeah. But I feel like someone actually got hurt. Maybe I'm crazy.
No, you're probably not.
I was on the other field, so I'm not sure.
I was playing in so many championship games, it's hard for me to remember what happened.
That's the thing.
But yes, Cyclones winning the championship that yours truly called, actually. I picked Cyclones to do the job, and they did it. Giving up 0 points.
Way to make
0
the
in
most
2 games.
Obvious call.
Well, Terry didn't pick them, so.
Wow, Terry.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Willie's now beating you as best assistant podcaster.
Oh, wow. Okay. I think that just about wraps up the playoffs.
Yeah. Congratulations to all our winners.
Yes.
Thanks to everybody for playing.
Yes.
It was a really great season, and really, I think it was the warmest summer in something like 50 years, 40 years.
Bananas. It was bananas.
And what was the worst was every week it would just dip down to not that low, 26 degrees or something, and then every weekend it came back. And I don't know if anyone noticed, but we didn't play last weekend. It was 24, 25, and beautiful. We came back this week, it's 31 degrees.
They're playing with us.
Someone is screwing with us, I'll say.
Just in case you thought we
Can't
forgot.
You talk to your boy about that?
Brossard, yeah, I don't know, man. He's not really good at listening to weather.
Ooh, that sounds like blasphemy.
I'll talk to him after. But we'll talk about Brossard championships afterwards. I guess when we talk about
Before
Brossard.
we keep going, should this mic not be aimed at us?
Yeah, that's a good point. I have Nipsey
when really quiet. It's his fault.
Wait,
no, we don't need to put it here.
No, because you, Terry, and I have it in the middle.
Just aim it at us.
Yeah. That's a cool shirt, by the way. Yeah. I love Colombo. I thought my shirt's a little bit cooler, but do you think this is good like this?
I think so.
Okay.
So tell us in
what
the
if
comments.
we were whispering? Yeah, seriously. Well, if we were whispering...
I speak loudly. People hear me.
I try and yell. Yeah, cat's blocking your ears there in the corner. All right. We'll talk about Brossard championships when we jump into Brossard. However, let's go into some Saturday MFL football.
Yeah.
That happened this past week. Week 1. It's good to be back. We have some familiar teams back, but we have some faces in new places.
Yeah. Wow. Look at that. Did you practice that?
I don't.
Just out of nowhere?
Journalism 101.
My God. The gap between you and Terry. So who are these new faces in new places?
Well, new faces in new places. You look at the player of the week, Andrew Grant, getting 137 yards, 4 TDs, and a pick. I think, like, people saw this coming. You know how much Max loves using his new toys, and Andrew is a fun toy to play with, especially with his speed.
I'm sure you can say that.
Right? he's a speedster, and and Max throws a great deep ball. Yeah. So that connection is like...
Well, clearly 4 touchdowns. He also had a pick in the game.
Yeah, he did.
Not Max, Andrew.
Andrew did.
So, yeah, that clearly made a big difference. The Centurions...
0-2.
0-2.
Surprising.
Looked like they looked better in the second game. I wasn't there for either. So...
The first game, they started off okay, Centurions did, and then Outlaws just kept
I was there for the first game. I was
yes.
there. So, first game... It looked like it was going to be a tight game. Actually, when I left, I think it was a 1-score game.
Yeah.
It clearly just got away from them there. Outlaws are going to be a tough team to stop, period.
Yeah.
So I'm not, I don't know how much of an indictment of the Centurions it is to lose big to them.
Yeah, fair.
Especially if they sort of lost it towards the second half of the game.
Mm-hmm.
And then coming in after having played a game in 31-degree temperature, it wasn't quite that hot yet, but to do that right back to back against the Trollers, that's a tough opening weekend, and the weather was not cooperative.
It was not. Like, arguably playing the 2 best teams on paper, right? Outlaws, Trollers, we know they're the cream of the crop, so hopefully Centurions will be able to bounce back. I'm not worried yet, but I don't want to see them fall to 0-3.
Who does? Unless whoever's playing them next. Who's playing them next?
It may be. No, it's not us. We're playing Gokok.
Yeah.
Oh, it could.
Let's see the Gokok fall to 0-1. That's what we want.
That would be nice. Gokok are playing Centurions.
And then they're playing the Centurions.
Centurions got to bye this upcoming week. Okay, nice. So week 1, big win by the Outlaws, big win by the Trollers.
Yep. Starting off well.
Yep, we had a bye with the Iron Wolves, and so did Gokok. So we'll see both teams in action week 2.
Against each other.
Yep.
Yeah. At the other field, so no one else will see them.
There you go. Division 2.
Yeah, so Max did not keep it rolling.
No, he did not. Surprised.
I am too.
You didn't see anything. I saw bits and pieces of the game. That is true. You were MIA. But Tennant, offensively it looked pretty good. Quarterback did. Vincent Dion looked pretty good. However, the receivers were dropping quite a few balls.
Okay.
They Tennant, but still able to come away with the 14-point victory was impressive. Defensively, they were good. They were all over Marvels, over their Marvels receivers.
Marvels only putting up 13 is...
Yeah.
I think they did that basically once last year and it was against us when we also only barely... I think we won by 1 score.
Yeah, it was a low score.
Nobody did anything great in that game.
I remember that. But Tennant, they were flying all over the place. Defensively was great. They made... Max looked super uncomfortable, and like you said, he didn't carry it over. A little bit surprising to only score 13, though, for the Marvels.
That's what I'm saying.
With that roster.
Especially because they just put up 53
with the Trollers.
Yeah. Thunder Buddies, you were in that game.
Yes, I was in that game.
How do Spritz Gang look? Because that's essentially Bitter Boys dropped out of it.
Yeah, you know what? They were winning this game 7-zip. Energy is still there for them. They look pretty good. I know the score indicates we won by 17, but it was a slow start for us, in part due to they were playing well defensively. GS looked pretty good at the quarterback position. A few miscommunications on routes, a few drop balls, but I don't think they're going to be too overmatched in this division. I can see them, putting up a fight through the end of the season. Thunder Buddies, you could argue, are one of the best teams, if not the best in this division.
That's what I was going to ask. Are you guys not the top team in the division?
It's tough to say. If you put us at 1 or 2, it's hard to argue that, especially with Steve at quarterback.
Who's in this? Yeah, that's the thing. That seems almost cheating.
Well,
I mean, who could you potentially even put above that? right now?
I mean, Jagerbomb lost.
Red Raiders?
Exactly. Red Raiders, basically the same team that won the championship. You have Jagerbomb.
Are they quite different?
You're actually right. They did add Andrew Grant.
Well, they don't say that they have a new quarterback.
Is Mike Roy not throwing for these
No,
guys?
sorry. I was saying a new quarterback. What was that? I'm thinking of the other team. Doesn't matter. They have Devin and Dylan Dow.
Yes, that is true.
That's what I'm saying.
And Andrew and Jerome, you're right. This team is not the only thing that's the same with this team is the quarterback. So I was kind of wrong.
No, Dom. Oh no, he wasn't.
No, Dom was there. You're right. Dom was there.
This is Carlos Lopez.
Yes, you're right. He was there as well. So
I don't mind losing to Carlos Lopez.
No,
he's a fun guy.
That's what we talk about. If there's one guy to lose to.
Yeah.
But Red Raiders can give us a challenge. Jagerbomb can too. Nice CDs is a nice roster. They have a good roster. We got Dave throwing. You got Laurent. They got another super tall guy they brought in.
And they won by 1 point over Jagerbomb.
Last play of the game.
I think a lot of people think Jagerbomb's going to be a pretty good team.
However, Jagerbomb's quarterback was not there. Simon Duchesne.
Sorry, I hear you say that all the time on the podcast. What? Duchesne?
Yeah, that's actually how you pronounce his last name.
Kat, how do you pronounce that last name?
Yeah.
Duchesne.
Kat's wrong. She's awesome, but she's wrong.
Yeah, sorry. Sorry for francophones out there. It's Duchesne, and we understand that, and we respect that.
I mean, there's an S and there's an N and there's an E. You can't tell me it's Duchesne. Come on now, don't be silly. But to answer your question, maybe we are the favorites. I'd say...
Yeah, I think so.
But there are definitely teams that could... Oh, look, we didn't even mention Tennant. That Steve usually struggles against. That is a well-known fact.
Yeah. Look, I think it's... I'm not saying you're like far and away the top pick, but I would say you guys are the top dog there. Depends how Red Raiders are. Haven't seen them yet.
Yeah.
See how they play together.
We will see them in week 2 against the Marvels. But I want to talk a little bit of the Nice TD's Jagerbomb game, John. That game was back and forth throughout. Finished, it was 28-22, last play of the game. 4 Nice TDs. They have the ball at the 4-yard line. Similar to the 8-team championship, when you gotta go for a first round touchdown, Dave's gonna hit his partner in crime, Laurent, for a touchdown, 28-28. Obviously, the convert becomes the last play of the game if they don't get it. Marvin paired back with Dave Daou on the honor game. I guess you can say it's not an honor game team, but when they played together in an honor game and their connection was still there, Dave hit Marvin for the last play of the game, 29-28. So 2 very impressive clutch plays made by Nice TDs to start off the season 1-0.
Well, yeah, and I love to see games like that. I love to see close games because everyone wants to come back and try that again. And everyone feels like they were in it.
For sure. I'll put you on the spot.
Yeah, go for it.
Do you think Nice TDs has the roster to win the championship this year?
I think everybody in D2 looking at those teams has a chance. I mean, Nice TDs, like you just said, they have the guy who won the D1 championship at quarterback.
They have Chris, we just talked about.
And Marvin.
And Laurent.
Yeah, I mean...
And they added another guy, I believe he's one of...
So how could you not say they have? Like, who would you say automatically... I mean, again, every time I look at a different roster in D2, I'm just like...
That's impressive.
Wow, okay. I mean, most of those, a few years ago could have been D1 teams easily. D2 is really getting tight with D1 as far as talent. Except for those damn Outlaws. All right, cut somebody.
Cut.
So I'm just happy to see tight games. I'm happy to see
for sure.
Teams do well. And I'm happy for Nice TDs to start with a win, given how last season went for them. Yeah. So, D3?
D3.
You happy moving?
Yes, let's move on. Let's jump to... Did you see any of these games? Did you see Bin Double Dippers?
I was around for one of those
because Leon wasn't there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So, Bin won 34-0.
Yep.
It wasn't a close game. They got a lot of picks on defense. It was actually your fault they lost.
I understand.
Yeah. But you know why it was your fault?
Rich said something to me, but it sounded like a lie.
Rich, you calling him a liar? I'm live.
Yeah. First off, not live. But
yeah, it's true. It's not live. We like to pretend we're live
I'll
here.
call him a liar live.
Because you switched the schedule, and Leon worked during the morning, and he purposely took the morning because he was supposed to play at night, and then you pulled a 360 or a 180 or a 274 on him. And
well, I'm sorry about that. It was obviously not intentional. The first schedule that went out, I think a lot of captains can tell you, was garbage. We had an issue with the way we basically generated it. So we had to redo the entire thing, regenerate it, and it was a lot better the second time around. But unfortunately, some games got moved, and at that point it was like Wednesday or Thursday, and we can't make that many changes, especially for the upcoming week at that point. So sorry about that, Double Dippers. Let's just assume you would have lost anyway. That way you don't feel so bad.
If ever you need help with schedules, I'm right here.
Yeah. Just put our games whenever we want, and everyone else can screw.
That's kind of how it is. Idaho Utapimps against Rossas. There's a line. Well, I say this often. I say I was playing in a game and I turned over and I saw this team scoring at will, and that was the case with Idaho. It was literally they were running 4 verticals, like Madden, and Brady was picking different guys to throw to, and they would score.
Wow.
He finished the game with 8 touchdowns.
52, yeah, I saw 52.
8 TDs.
And a pick. I put him player of the week.
Did you?
8 TDs on the offense and a pick on defense.
He's
I don't think there was anyone with a better stat line than that. Usually I don't like to pick quarterbacks, I will say, because they get all the glory.
Yeah.
But
when you're also a good defender too.
In that case, you kind of have to.
You don't always get it right, but you got it right here.
Yeah. I also don't like to pick people in blowouts because who cares?
In who?
Who cares? In a blowout game. Like when
A
you
blowout
blow
game,
out the other
yeah.
game, who cares? Like who cares if you have 8 touchdowns against a team that you beat like 50-0? Like everybody gets 8 touchdowns there. Everybody.
Get 9. But yes, Idaho looked very good in this game, and I spoke to Brady after. I said, like, Brady, what happened? He says, well, Rossas just didn't seem to change the coverage. And it's one of those cases where if it's not broke, don't fix it. And we know how much Idaho loves throwing the deep ball, how much Brady loves throwing. He throws a good deep ball on those receivers.
It was Ludovic QB for Rossas, though?
Yes, Ludovic was there.
He was QBing today in Brossard, and he looked good. So
nice.
Yeah. So I mean, but 25 points is not like they did nothing.
It's
just defense got to stop somebody.
Yeah, like 52, giving up 52 points is not the recipe for success.
They're starting off, I'd say, better this year like that. But just you got to play some D. You got to mix it up. You got to play some D.
Yeah, Rossas is probably the one team I'm looking at this year to have a bounce back year because they have way too good of a roster to fall again this year the way they did last year.
Well, they were missing their quarterback a lot last year. Right?
They were, but still with the athletes, with Yvonne, they were having one of the best rushers in the division. They should be winning games.
So they just got to figure out what they're doing on defense. It looks like because look at all these games. There's only one game. Oh, well, not besides the Bins Double Dipper. We don't count that. Mm-hmm. But 25 points wins you most games. You know.
26-12, 24-19. Yeah,
25. These are the winning. 26-24. These are the winning scores in the other games.
I think 5 should always win you a game. Maybe unless it's Division 1, even Div 2. But let's say Div 3, 4, 5. If you're scoring 5 touchdowns, you're probably winning that game.
In lower divs, especially.
Div 3, 4, 5, yeah.
Div 3, I think, is that's the edge. But 5 touchdowns probably should win you most games. I mean, that's 4, but whatever.
That is 4, yeah. No one ever accused me of being a mathematician. I guess one last game to recap. Master Chief's bin.
We're just going to ignore the Invictus G?
No, we could jump on that one a little bit. It's only because I literally didn't see anything about that game. Yeah.
Invictus G, new team from
OG Panthers.
Robert. Yeah.
But I'm going to say good to see Louis Mathieu Dufault back.
Yep. And he had a good game, I think.
He did. He always has good games. Good to see Guillaume Dagger back.
Yep.
Loic is back on that team, but he also plays on Jagerbomb. So good to see that good group of guys back.
Yeah, really nice to see everyone back.
Yeah, they're what the MFL is all about. So that's a shout out we'll give to them for that game. And they won, so good stuff. Against a good team in Le Panache.
I got to update their logo. I think he gave me the logo. And I haven't
Invictus
updated.
G.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see what that logo would look like.
Well, it's like it's like a glove company.
A glove.
Like a sports gloves, like football gloves.
Really?
Yeah, I believe so.
Nice. So it's like kind of like the.
Yeah, I looked at their site. I think you can customize your gloves for your teams and stuff.
That's awesome.
Whatever you want on it.
Like
it looks pretty cool.
John.
Oh, I would. You know what I've been looking for forever? Are those any of them the special Notre Dame gloves where you go like that and it puts the picture? I don't care which ones. But it's always from their what are they called? Not heritage games, whatever they are.
Oh, classic games.
Yeah. It's like. And so, you get the Leprechaun or you get ND or whatever. But you look online and you can find those on eBay. First of all, they don't sell them, but just sell them, Under Armour. What's wrong with you? Just sell those. But you look on eBay for used ones, and they're actually used in the game. And they're like, a few $100s.
Yeah.
I'm not buying used lineman gloves for $250.
Well, you never know who wore them.
Yeah,
and
but
if it's
a lineman.
Yeah, but
I'm not saying the linemen are bad. I think actually linemen are the most important part of football. But
you literally just said the linemen are bad.
No, but I'm saying their gloves. I'm not going to wear their gloves.
Oh, gotcha. Well, when you're watching Notre Dame game and you have your gloves and you're like tapping them.
No, I don't want to use them. I want to use them in a game.
Okay. I kind of get you there. But I actually had Dolphins ones we put together like this, and it was sick.
Not like that, but okay.
Is it right first?
I mean, it doesn't matter. You did this weird thing like this where you did like the night triangle logo.
Hey, go Triangles. Anyways.
Put them together like this.
Okay. Terry, when are you coming back? All right, Master Chief's been...
You're that ready to be replaced?
No. This has been pretty fun.
The Terry and John show.
It's been pretty fun. I like this.
Terry, you just got bumped back up.
No, impossible.
Willie, you took a hit. You took a hit in the bowl.
I like this. Chiefs been in this game. Master Chiefs winning 26-12. I love being on that team. It's a fun group of guys. Ryan McSweeney, quarterback, had a tough first half, a great second half. Our defense played well, and we started off 1-0.
There you go. And Ben's 1-1. So Ben's clearly a decent team too. So.
Exactly. Yeah. So look, Ben
got a win. Master Chiefs the favorite in the division? Because basically what I'm hearing is from them even that they think they're the favorites in the division.
We have high expectations for our team for sure. I think there's a lot of good teams in the division. I'd say we're maybe one of the better teams. But there's a lot of good teams. Look, there's Idaho that's seed back in Division 3, right? There's Ben we talked about. There's Iron Wolves.
I feel like Idaho and Master Chiefs are my pick right now.
Yeah. Really,
Picks, yeah, I'd say I'd go with them.
Even like over Double Dippers when they get Leon back?
Well, I mean, was Manitoba Boys like a top team?
They were, but they were just inconsistent. So I guess
what I mean.
I
But you gotta, they had amazing games and they had like garbage games.
Yeah.
But in the playoffs, they played well, but not well enough.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I don't know. Like, I think Double Dippers could be a high level team.
Agreed.
At their best game.
Yeah, but it depends when that is.
That doesn't mean anything.
Fair.
Moving on.
Division 4.
That would be next in order. So let's go numerically.
Yes, I actually refed both of these games.
Ooh. So I'll be quiet for a little while.
You can. Well, maybe you could tell me a little bit. We have.
No, I said I'm going to be quiet.
Alrighty. So I was going to ask you a question, but I won't.
Go for it.
Thanks. Prudhomme, quarterback for the Randoms. Yeah. He was still a good quarterback, but he was like the cream of the crop back in the day.
Yeah, he was one of the top QBs a while back now. 7 years ago or something.
Okay.
Like early. He's from the early days.
When I was still in diapers.
Yeah.
Okay.
I kind of get the feeling you're currently in diapers. Am I wrong on that?
I'm 25 now. That
doesn't mean anything.
Well,
if you have issues. Yeah. So he's been a quarterback for a long time. He was gone for a bit. He came back in the winter.
Yes, I subbed with him one game. He was really good.
Yeah, and he's got his team is like sort of half their guys and half free agents. I think it's 5 of their guys or 4 or 5 of their guys and 3 or 4.
Let me tell you, for a first game, they were organized.
Yep. Yeah.
They knew what they were doing. They knew what they had to do. Airborne had complete control of this game, Mr. John Evans. But the Randoms scored on the last play of the game to win this game, 19-18. Prudhomme looked pretty good. He has some wheels. I think he ran like 7+
he ran a lot in the winter.
He had 2 TDs. He got 2 rushing TDs in this one.
That's it. I looked at his stats and he only had 1 passing TD. And it was like, how did they have 19 points? And I say 2 rushing touchdowns.
Exactly.
So good on you, Rob.
It was a really good game.
Showing these damn kids that we can do it.
Yeah, he looked like a young buck running that football. Energy was good.
I wouldn't say that, Rob.
You
ran well, but no one thought you were a young buck.
Airborne just missed out on a few plays, and I think ultimately that was the difference. We talk about conference being big. Airborne going 0 for 3 and the Randoms going 1 for 3, and ultimately that was the game.
I mean, honestly, like that's the game so often.
Yeah, it's so cliche, but it's really true.
Every time it's a tight game, that's what it's going to come down to. Today in Brossard we were playing and we went to overtime and we failed on I think the majority or maybe all of our converts. I can't remember.
28-3.
Yeah.
Who did you guys lost?
Yeah, to Red Knot
Skins.
Yeah. Who are a much better team than they were last season.
Okay. Nice.
But I'm just saying like that. We get any one of those converts that we missed, and that's the game. Same for them.
Yep.
Obviously, they weren't good on converts either.
Way she goes.
Yeah.
Cyclones winning 24-13 over Drama Club. This game was a blowout, and I think Cyclones took
Two-score game.
Yeah, well, no, it was. 18-0, and it was teetering on the blink of a blowout. And Drama Club said, you know what? Not so fast. They scored 2 straight touchdowns, and Cyclones had to march down the field. So they were up, I think it was 18-13. Cyclones were. Okay. They had the ball first and goal.
18-13 blowout.
No. At 18-0, it was a blowout. Then it wasn't a blowout at 18-13. Then they got 2 false start penalties.
Did someone score early in a game and you go, well, if they keep up this pace, it's going to be like 118-0 at the end of the game. It's a blowout.
It was 18-0 in the first half, and it was, if you were there, you would have felt it being a blowout.
Okay. Felt a blowout.
Yeah, you just weren't there, and when you're not there, it's kind of tough to talk about the game when I was there and you weren't.
It seems like it's tough for you when you were there, yeah.
Was someone interrupting me? Yes, it is.
I don't know who that was.
Cyclones were winning 18-0. Then Drama Club scored twice. It was 18-13. They had it first and goal, did Cyclones.
Okay.
2 false start penalties in a row. So they had it like first and goal at the 19.
Don't do that.
Then it became like third and goal at the 24 because it was a sack. And then there was like a penalty that reset the downs to first down against Drama Club, and that was a killer. So the ball went to the 1. They scored 24-13. At that point, there was a few, maybe a minute or 2 left. Game was over. But Cyclones, I think they thought they had it in the bag. Drama Club came back, made it a game of itself. Cyclones do what they do best. They win games. I think they did a good job of distributing the ball around.
Much better than the finals, this game.
Yes.
The finals was a blowout.
That was a blowout.
This is how we can...
Yes. Drama Club
18-13 blowout.
Fly hard in this one. Yeah, you know what? I think that's enough with that division.
I think that's enough.
Yeah. That's,
all right. Sour Peeps Mimosa Crew. I watched it.
You watched it?
I watched.
I heard it. Didn't see it.
Yeah. A lot of people heard it. That's fine. Sometimes people get upset.
Yeah.
It's okay. Mimosa Crew kind of had their way. Early on, it was tighter. I think at halftime it was actually 7-0.
Okay.
But it did not look like it was like a 7-0 game.
Right, yeah.
Sour Peeps looked like they were just figuring stuff out, and Mimosa Crew looked like they were the only ones stopping themselves.
So are you saying it was a 7-0 blowout?
It was a blowout.
At 7-0.
I honestly, pre-convert, 6-0, I was like, blowout. Just walk off.
Coin toss, yeah.
You can call it. You can call it at that point. Once they got the convert, it was just, mercy rules got to kick in, right? We need that. We need that in the MFL. Come on, Kamish. No, but they look good. I felt in the first half they were just stopping themselves. In the second half, Curran just played. And they scored consistently, and they played really well. Mm-hmm. And Sour Peeps, I think, scored late. Sour Peeps will be better. Mm-hmm. Because Mimosa Crew is a good team in this division, and they have experience playing together. Mm-hmm. Whereas Sour Peeps, while some of them have played together, they also have some new people, and they're in general newer. I think last year was most of their first year, and this year is some of their first year. Yeah. So with experience, Sour Peeps will get a lot better,
and they improved at the end of last year too.
They did, yeah. I think the main thing is for them are simplify routes, simplify getting the ball out of the quarterback's hands. Yeah. Quarterback needs to concentrate more on where is he going with each route. Okay. I was telling the kids not to compare D5 to the kids, but I was just showing them all hooks the other day. I mean, these are 15-year-olds, so they're not like kids. But I was just explaining to the quarterback, I was saying, look, you have this receiver there and this receiver there, and there's only one defender with them. The safety's 15 yards back. Mm-hmm. You're going to split those two people. Right. And she said, oh, okay. And then as soon as she saw it, I said, just look where that guy goes. Yeah. If the person goes with your wide, throw it to your slot and vice versa. Yeah, yeah. And she did, and she saw it. And that's the simplicity that I'm talking about, that level. Now, it's easier for kids because, they don't know how to play. Kids don't know how to do things. Yeah. But
tell me about it.
I was basically referring to you there by kids.
Yeah, that's exactly why.
No, but that's the sort of simplicity of just simple routes where you're looking at there's one person covering two people. Yeah, that's honestly most routes are designed like that.
You're creating a mismatch, right?
Get one person. Well, getting numbers. Yeah. You want one person to have to cover two people, or two people to have to cover three people. You need to get those people in that area, and so simple stuff like that is really where you need to start. And the key is that pre-snap read. For so many new quarterbacks, just realize most of your job is actually before the ball is snapped. Look at the top quarterbacks. Look how quickly they throw the ball.
Yeah.
They're not standing back there looking for the third and fourth read. It's basically, if my first read's not there and my second read's not there, I'll just try to make a juke, and if I don't, well, then I get sacked.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And that's it.
Yeah.
And that's fine. Because the job is done on the playbook, and the job is done pre-snap. Unless you're Dom before, then you have got like an hour
of course.
To throw the ball.
And then do somersaults and people get open and that's good. No, simplifying the game. I think talk about in Division 5, but even in the higher divisions, that's what a lot of these guys do. There's certain quarterbacks that don't really have Steve doesn't have too many plays, Dave doesn't run too many plays, but they're able to score points.
You'll see in general that the number of plays drops, the number of different plays drops as you go up, because one, they've gotten used to things and they can read those plays really quickly. When you have a few set plays, I mean, you got to mix it up a little bit, otherwise it becomes too predictable. But when you've got those set plays where you can make that read so quickly, then that just helps you so much as a quarterback, because and always just have that safety outlet. The person you throw a 1 yard drag to, because whatever
he can take it to the house, or even
if
he doesn't, better than a sack or a pick, right?
Especially in the low divisions, people break tackles in low divisions. So simplify. That's all I'd really say. Simplify. Short. Stay shorter than you think. You don't need to bomb it out all the time. You see teams wanting to bomb it out all the time, and then the game's 13-8. And it's just
6 total picks.
Maybe keep it short, and you'll march down the field and let your receivers do the work. Speaking of 13-8, Cobra Kai Heisenberg's 13-8. Blowout?
That was maybe if it was 8-0, it would have been a blowout. Depends what the score was in that game previously, but Cobra Kai came late, and they won the game on, I believe, 2 pick sixes.
Okay.
Yes. Kevin was, I believe both the referees were Gabby and Kevin, and they were helping out both teams. Was I correct about the 2 pick sixes?
You are correct.
Usually I am. Cobra Kai, I believe, was a brand new team, and they just didn't really know the rules. It was good. Kevin and Gabby were kind of helping them out, telling them what they needed to do, taking time before each snap to explain certain things.
D5.
D5.
And first game, D5, that's fine.
And they come away with a W, pretty impressive.
Vultures TD Hunter.
Yes, I ref that game, and
I was told by somebody that Vultures should have won this game easily, but they didn't.
Yeah, honestly, and not to discredit TD Hunters, I would agree. If you look on paper and the athleticism, it definitely favors towards the Vultures. Vultures had a few receivers and their quarterback, Roberts, who had played in this league before and plays in other leagues. And they seemed unorganized. The Vultures just seemed unorganized. It was kind of like backyard football. We're going to go out here and win on our athleticism, and unfortunately they weren't able to do that. Goldrick did a great job quarterbacking this team. He had a few mistakes, but he learned. And the later this game went on, the more important the plays needed to be, the more he stepped up. They got a touchdown and they won conversion that gave them the victory 13-12. So, if I would have guessed by halftime who would have won, I would have said Vultures hands down. But, TD Hunters shut them out in the second half and got a TD.
So, who's going to get better out of these two teams? Who's going to get better faster?
I think both, but who's going to get better faster? I would say the Vultures have more potential.
Okay.
Yes. I would like to see this matchup if they were to play again in week 6 or week 7. Okay. But I do think both teams will get better. So,
but Vultures, like you said, they have some guys who have played before, so they should start figuring out some of the basics. Simplify.
Yes, simplify.
Phoenix. That's Kevin Kusai's team.
That's Kevin Kusai. Don't want to talk too much about that. I know they won. I saw Baby Kusai get a nice long bomb TD in this one, from father to son. And Fighting Armadillos have a good roster. A little bit surprising to only see them put up 6 points. Pio's a good quarterback. I think he's only going to get better. But you look at these guys on the roster, the Desrochiers, I think I pronounced that correctly.
Yeah, nailed it. Duchesne.
Yeah, there you go. So with those two guys, you'd think they're able to put up...
Rogers.
D. Rogers. D. Rogers.
Des Rogers.
It's like Aaron, that famous clip. I guess, look, week 1, we'll give Fighting Armadillos a bit of a pass here, but good W by Phoenix.
They have Tyler there, too, who's a very solid player.
3 sacks in this one.
And he knows the game as well, so he should be able to help them out there.
Yeah.
We should talk a little bit just about Kevin's 2 picks. Kevin was picked off twice in this game. Really embarrassing for him. I don't think he really wants us to talk about it, but the important thing to remember is that he was picked off twice in Div 5.
And I didn't see the game, but I could hear the quack of the duck as the ball was being released.
Yeah, it's a funny sound that it makes.
Yeah,
it goes in there. It's that rotation.
Yeah. Yeah. So, that was it for Phoenix.
That's our Div 5.
That is Div
We're
5.
done with Div 5. My God.
You know what? Let's jump to Brossard.
Hey,
let's jump to Brossard.
Let's
Let's give them some love. There's only one division this year.
Yeah, only one division. We have 8 teams. We may actually end up with 9. We got to look at that. Like Congrès might be back.
They have the Austin Matthews lookalike on that team.
Well, you say so.
It's identical.
I would never
did you
insult someone like that.
Matthews is a goat.
But
have you seen the guys?
Look like a maple leaf.
Well, when we win the cup this year, it's all going to change.
Wow, you jinxed it early, eh? Good on you.
Yes.
So
we've been jinxed for so many years.
Yeah,
I don't think.
So they may be coming in. We got to figure out if the schedule will work.
We'll permit them.
But we have 2 free agent teams, Typhoons and Ravens. As someone said, really great that they have names. Free agent teams have names before the first week. That's I don't think has ever happened where we've had not one team that was free agent number 1.
Yeah, that's relieving.
Typhoons and Ravens. Basically, there's some of the guys from last season that are playing on these teams. Mm-hmm. You got Rob White quarterbacking Typhoons. You've got Ludovic, as I said, quarterbacking the Ravens.
Nice.
And you look good.
Ravens, sorry to cut you off, winning the championship last year.
Yeah, they did. Absolutely.
Yeah, very impressive run by them. Yeah.
Steve built a team out of that.
Got some good players. Yeah.
And happy to see them win. I'm always happy to see like a free agent team with a bunch of new players. But half that team was not new players at that point.
Right.
But still, good on them.
They came together as a team, played well. And Steve won 2 championships in Brossard.
He did. That's true.
Yeah, Outlaws won and Ravens won.
So Outlaws are going this season for D1, which is one of the reasons we could also easily put it all together because they were a bit, I'd say, better than everyone else. So everyone, the sort of the thing with Brossard last season was like the good D2 teams and most of the D1 teams were actually pretty close in talent level.
Yeah.
So the split was almost more about just needing the same number of teams in each division as opposed to these guys are really better than those guys.
Right.
But it was, kind of there. But it wasn't so much better that, like, if it was in Montreal, most of those teams would have been in the same division already.
Okay. Gotcha. That's good.
This won't be like, half the teams are really good and half the teams are bad.
Nice.
Old schools come back to Brossard, which is great. So that's why they're not in Montreal, if you're wondering. But they're playing in Brossard. I think most of them live on the South Shore, but I think Sundays were just an issue for them or something.
Okay.
I don't know exactly, but they're back. They won big today, 35-6 over the Buccaneers, which I'm surprised with. Buccaneers are a good team.
Yeah, they are. They were in a final, I believe. Buccaneer were.
I would not.
They were not in a final.
I don't know.
They were in the semifinals.
I tune out basically the moment the season's over.
So, did you catch a bit of that game?
I was roughing the other game, but I was looking at it, and every time I looked, Nick Blay, was dancing his way to touchdowns. They didn't seem to be able to catch him. They had to tackle him.
He was quarterback?
Yeah.
Okay, and Daik is receiver, or he's not playing?
I think Daik's hurt.
Okay.
Still.
Shoot.
So
okay.
Daik was out. Daik, I think, was there, but I'm not playing.
As a fan.
Yeah.
Nice.
They had their fans out.
Yep.
Nice to see him, Brossard.
Always love to see that.
I think it's easier for them to get there.
Yep.
And they, every time I looked over, it looked like Nick was just doing whatever he wanted. Receivers too, right? Passing, running, everything. The Buccaneers seemed to struggle stopping him. So, seemed like that was a Nick game.
Okay. Nice. Hats off.
Cold Lahorde. I ref that game, and it was the offensive pass interference heard around the world. Now, it didn't actually matter, but I called a pick play. And the quarterback said, nobody ever calls a pick play. I like that he didn't deny that it was a pick play. He just said no. Well, although he was saying his guy was running a hook, but the guy had not run a hook at that point. He just almost rammed right into a guy.
And was there a touch on the player?
There was a touch.
No, he took it back?
I had to. It's a pick play.
On what team?
For Kolb, so it doesn't matter.
Okay,
they
so
already
they
had
winning.
Scores
okay.
Like 30 seconds left, so it didn't really matter. But you got to call it. It was like right in front of me.
Okay.
I'm on the line because they were on like the 2-yard line. So I was taking one step over, and then the guy runs into another guy. I have to call that. In fact, we should call more pick plays on that goal line because I run them all the time, and they're overly effective.
Well, I wouldn't tell the world that, but I'm sure you called at least 8 handguards in this game.
I'll always call a handguard. Even if there isn't a handguard, I'll just toss one in. Sprinkle it in.
1,000%.
My favorite thing to do as a referee is to take away a touchdown to upset a team. Because
you called handguard, though, specifically.
Well, no, I don't care how I do it.
No, I do. You call handguard about 8 times a game.
Take away joy. It's my thing.
The Grinch.
If I'm seeing... it's I like to hurt my business and my credentials as a referee at the same time. It doesn't matter because people get upset, and that's all I want.
Yeah.
No, you got to call handguards. People don't call handguards nearly enough. There's handguards all the time. People don't call.
Do you sometimes see a third hand? Because if a guy has
both
his hands on the football and you call handguard,
I had my hands here, and like he's running like this
with.
The amount of times where I hear like the description in the person's head of what they were doing, what they believed they were doing, and how different it is from what actually happened. I just go, how do you make that judgment in your head? How are you so unaware? Especially there's like athletic guys doing it. You're like, how are you so athletic and aware of what you're doing with your body, but at the same time so completely unaware of what you're doing with your body? Muscle memory, I guess. But like, people always say that, it wasn't, my hands were up here. I've had people go like, my hands were up here when they're like going like this. And it's funny, I've often seen in our video highlights, because sometimes I see bits that aren't posted out. But even on those posted out bits, you see calls that were made that people argued saying their hands were up here when they were clearly down here. And just accept the fact that sometimes you don't know where your hands are. I think is a creepier sounding sentence than I meant it to be. Yes, but sometimes you don't know where your hands are. And just let me tell you where your hands are. But yeah, Kolb won this game. Kolb started out really, really strong. They looked really good. They've switched quarterbacks.
Back to the brother?
To the other. Well, it's back to the brother. They're both
brothers. So it's back to the other brother.
They don't stop being brothers.
No, but it's back to the brother.
Yes, the other brother.
Yeah.
And they look good. They're the same team from last season. They definitely could have been a D1 team last season. Horde was a D1 team last season, so you can see they could have been a D1 team last season. Horde started slowly. They also had a few weird decisions. Like there was one point it was the last play of the half, and they run this really awkward, like in front of him handoff. But he's on his 5-yard line, right? They just got the ball back on, I think, a touchback or something. And so he's in his own end zone.
Okay.
And he's handing it off to a guy in front of him to run, and the guy gets tackled, and it's a safety.
Shoot.
But it's just like, what was the intent of that play?
Probably to throw a touchdown.
No, but he handed it off to the guy who's running, who's, I don't think, a quarterback. You can just decline the play.
Yeah,
you can decline the last play. You don't have to run a play.
No, I would always run it.
But they got a safety.
Yeah, I would still always
I wouldn't run that play.
No, exactly. Yeah.
But even there, honestly, I feel like there's as good a chance of getting tackled for a safety on your own 5-yard line as there is, throwing up a bomb. The only safe thing you could do is catch the ball 5 yards back and then step up 2 yards. But now you're just letting the rusher get closer to you.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think it's worthwhile on the last play to throw it up on 5. Anyway.
I completely disagree. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. We're talking way too much about Brossard.
And you don't get picked off or tackled for a safety.
39-38. So, what do you know? You lost in overtime to Red Knot Skins today.
Yeah, like I said, converts. Also, I threw some terrible picks. I literally was trying to throw the ball away twice, and I got picked off. It is not good when you get picked off. No, they were great catches. They were like tippy toes, catching the ball, falling out of bounds, maintaining control. Beautiful catches. Nice. But I got to learn how to throw a ball. I made the right decision. Throw it away. No one was open. But I threw it not away enough twice. So I'm going to put that loss 100% on me. Wow. Our defense is improving. Mm-hmm. I just didn't do enough offensively. We scored 38 points, but we could have done more. Because our defense got picks as well, and our defense played well. But I think my errors were unforced, which is the part that sucks.
Well,
Ravens Typhoons, that game was going on next to me. Free agent teams playing each other. I think maybe we talked about this.
Yeah, we
already?
did. Yeah, we talked way too much about Brossard. But great first week of Brossard and Montreal.
Yeah.
We didn't do our picks this week. We will
No,
do
what's
our.
going on? I saw you ask, and then
Yeah, and
nobody
then
said
everyone
anything.
just did scene.
Terry goes on vacation.
Yeah.
And everything's chaos.
Yeah, typical. Willie asked for
Let's
something,
just
and everyone just
assume
watches.
that Kevin got 0 and you and I got perfect.
I mean, there's a high percent
that's
I was going
almost
to get.
for sure.
Well, I don't know about you, but a high percent I was
Yeah.
going to get perfect.
Yeah, I said.
So what we could actually do is we'll.
Let's pick now.
Well, yeah, good idea. Let's.
I pick old school. I pick.
There you go. But I guess we can do it by percentage, right? So like Kevin's week 1 picks will still count.
Well, we just.
Or you just want to?
Did Kevin make picks?
Yeah, Kevin made picks in his article. Did you not read?
Oh
his article?
yeah. I just think of the sheet.
Yeah, no. But I guess we'll do
I
Kevin's.
had to edit that thing.
What sheet?
No, not the sheet.
The article?
His article.
Why? Because he makes 1,000 mistakes.
Because take a look at Kevin. Yeah, one day I should just post it without editing it.
I love the Ed's notes.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but so I read it. I
Oh, yes.
the whole thing.
So we could do that. We could just keep Kevin's picks and go by
No,
percentage.
Kevin doesn't get picks in the first week.
So as if he didn't do anything?
No.
Okay.
We'll say it's a
Preseason
It's a
pick.
bye week for
Okay.
there's 10 weeks coming up.
Okay.
11-week season. First week's bye. For
So
a bit.
Kevin got to make practice picks.
Yeah, practice. So
Practice
now he's
picks.
got practice. So if he wins,
Yes.
because he had practice.
Well, there you go. And he can't believe he won last year. So we won't make our picks on air.
Okay, that's fine.
I just decided that on the spot. However, we have our
I
bold.
didn't even think it was on the table.
We have there you go. We have bold predictions to do, but let's quickly talk about one thing per division to look at this week, Mr. John Evans. I'll let you go first since I am such a humble and gentle man.
Okay.
Week 1, what are you looking at? We got 2 games. Sorry, week 2, Division 1. We got Holy Trollers 18. We got Lego Cock against us, Iron Wolves. What's one thing to watch out for in week 2, Division 1?
Who the hell is on the A-team roster? I don't think anybody knows. I don't know who's on the A-team
I don't
roster.
even think 18 knows who's on the roster.
Yeah, so I mean, what we're looking at is who is on the A-team roster.
That's good enough for me.
In our other game, I think we just see who shows up for Go Clock. As you know, if they come with their full team, they're a hell of a team. We are slowly sliding over towards my computer.
I don't know why you want to go.
You're coming into me.
What? Oh, this way you want to go.
Well, I'm just saying we've slowly off-centered ourselves
Yeah.
as we both look at this computer over
Wow.
here. We just block the
That's
screen. You just see the back of my
That's
laptop. Yeah, there you go. Just be in the middle. You know?
Yeah. Terry complains about that too.
Well, Terry's right. Yeah, so I'm saying who shows up for the Grow Cog. And also who this Iron Wolves team is totally different. It's quite different.
Yes.
We've got a new rusher. We've got Chris on the team.
Jerome.
Yeah, it's a different team.
Yep.
Not completely, but different enough that it'll be interesting to see what we can pull off getting used to each other. I mean, I played with Chris a bit before.
Yes,
so that
you
won't
subbed
be
a few
totally
times
new.
with us. Yeah. It's different enough that it'll be different.
Yeah, different enough to be different. Nailed it.
Division 2,
We have to talk about every game.
Well,
or
no,
just
that's
one thing.
see, you
Seems
didn't
like a
listen to me.
lot.
I said one thing per division. You went to 2, but I didn't.
For like 3 years.
What's new? Let me go. I'm gonna go.
And Red Raiders, right? How good are the Red Raiders?
Yeah, how good are Red Raiders? That game specifically, I want to see Marvel's bounce back. It was a very underwhelming performance by them week 1. I'm looking at Marvel's Red Raiders.
You think that Spritz Gang Jagerbomb is going to be an interesting thing?
I can see Jagerbomb winning by 2-3 possessions.
I think so too, but like, do you think it could be interesting?
Could be yes, will be no. Marvel's Red Raiders. That's the game I'm looking out for. I think it'll be a good one. I want to see how Red Raiders and Mike Roy uses his new toys with that offense, and I want to see Marvel's bounce back.
I'm interested to see our, Tennis really good. That's why they shut down the Marvels, or our Nice TD is a good team. That's an interest. I think right now Div 2, like we were saying, is so tight.
Yes.
That every game,
it was last year.
Every game is interesting.
Yep.
Especially early on as we're figuring out, because right now we don't even know who's good and who's, not as good. Because I'm not going to say anybody's bad in that division. But it's going to be really interesting to see. So early on, lots of interesting stuff happening.
There you go. Division 3.
Division 3, we'll say Iron Wolves playing their first game against
Yeah.
Idaho, who lit people up. Although Iron Wolves beat Idaho last time we played them, didn't we? Last year?
I was not on that squad because I had
no.
23, but I believe you guys won in a very tight one. Yes, it was a high-scoring game. I remember that.
I remember, like, Brady and I were basically just exchanging scores.
Touchdowns. Well, Hopefully it'll be the same here.
I think we have to. I have this feeling that Idaho can put up points.
Yep, they most definitely can.
Now, again, I think we have a solid roster and we can play. I think we got to play better defense, Iron Wolves in general.
Than last year, yeah.
Than last year. Both D1 and D3, I'd say.
Agreed.
That's why Chris is a big get. Like
yep.
I said. The same thing. The same thing he did with the
red zone.
Yep. Coordinate that defense.
Mm-hmm.
Be a scary safety back there. Chris is 78 years old, but he can still fly side to side. Don't worry about it.
It's pretty incredible. He has great grandchildren.
Yeah,
believe it or not.
I don't know. I believe it.
All right, Division 4.
I think Double Dippers coming back is also an interesting story.
Yes, with hopefully this time Leon Holder being there.
Oh yeah, Division 4.
Division 4.
We're gonna go.
Can't skip Div 4. I'll snatch this one now. Randoms, Tigers, Idaho. Wow, the Revenants. My God,
there's
holy cow!
Let's actually go to the schedule page.
Yes, that is a great idea. We got a ton of games in D4. All right, August 27th. Let's go with. I want to see. I'm gonna go Randoms Mustard Tigers.
I was gonna say that's interesting to me.
That's a good game too.
How much did the randoms improve from week 1 to week 2? Given
yes,
that was their first time, like half the team playing together.
There you go.
Even the people that knew each other from before. There was Matt Graton, Matt Dupuis, Rob Prudhomme. I think maybe there's one other that they had played with before, but then the other is Xavier, Matt's little brother, I think.
Okay.
And then 3 free agents.
Nice.
So half the team has never played before last week. Never played before, never played together.
Wow, that's impressive.
So
that's very impressive.
I think that team could see some real strides as we go forward, especially since they've got guys who know what they're doing in a lower division. Guys who know what they're doing makes a huge difference to be able to teach those younger kids what to do.
Most definitely. Division 5 now. You want one more game? Sure.
Yeah, I'm interested to see Phoenix get lit up by
Ben's low fat. So Ben's low fat, you assume they have fairly similar players to the other Ben's team?
I think it's quite similar.
Okay.
I just want Phoenix. I want to see Phoenix get lit up.
100%. Yeah. Who cares? We don't care if
he's always talking trash, but it's the worst trash he talks.
It's like the opposite of music to our ears. D5. Yes, Division 5. Should be a lot of games this week as well, as there are. I'll let you pick a game, and then I'll snatch a game after that one.
No, I gotta make this Lesniak team is actually the Misfits. Should be a different name there. They have a name. I was gonna say
the Misfits.
All the free agent
cool
teams
name.
I think here have names as well.
That is honestly. Let's
go. Well done.
No, you have to clap it up. Nice. Okay.
Add in some clapping effects either.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for doing that.
Sour Peeps fighting Armadillos. I say the over-under in this game is 13.5 points.
That's going to be an interesting game, I'll say. I think fighting Armadillos definitely have the edge just...
Not sure. I think it'll be a close game.
Yeah.
I think it'll be a close game.
They only scored 6, eh?
Yep.
That should be a good game.
Yep.
I'm happy that, I'll be happy with that. Late Last Calls didn't play last week, right?
They did not.
So they're coming in.
Nice, they're back.
They're going to be good there. I'm looking at all these games and I don't see... who do you think is the favored team in all this? Phoenix?
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe Last Calls. I don't remember how good they are.
And they're solid.
Yeah. For
they
G5,
have a few studs.
They might be up there.
Yeah. I'm going to go Phoenix right now 1 in the power rankings.
Okay.
And hopefully Kevin can keep it up.
Or not. Maybe.
Yeah. Maybe hopefully Kevin.
Maybe he chokes.
Has he done that before?
I think historically it may have happened. We'll have to check the records if Kevin's ever choked.
History may repeat itself this year.
There you go.
Bold predictions.
Wow. Okay. I hadn't even thought about this.
Well, so we got yours truly. What division do you want to do? I'll let you choose your division.
Oh, I feel like we should do it randomly. But
really?
Do we have a way?
Yeah. Okay. I'm thinking of a number 1 to 5.
No, that's.
No. And then I'm gonna do one. No. I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in my head, and you tell me when to stop.
We have the internet.
What is that? No, but that's so boring. Okay, yeah, you're doing Div 4. We let a computer decide for us, as if we're not smart enough to do it ourselves.
Clearly, we weren't. I'll pick a number.
Okay, Div 4. Okay, dude, you're doing Div 4, and I'm doing what's that?
You don't know how to click a mouse. Div 4, you're doing Div 3.
Div 3. Okay. Div 4. You Div 4 first.
Do I have to?
You
That's
must.
Not what I would have picked.
Well, I gave you the option, and you thought you were.
Is that just a bold prediction for this week?
Yes.
Okay.
This week. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games.
I feel like there's nothing that isn't sort of pocket rockets. Who are they?
P.O.'s team. He's quarterbacking.
Okay.
Yeah. God, how many? Yeah, 6.
I'm going to say there's nothing that interesting to call there.
That is
Do your D3.
one of the most underwhelming
Oh, no. I'll pick
answers.
something and it'll be good.
Okay.
But I won't be hamstringed by your mad
No,
random picks.
you understand. The bold predictions is think and go. It's like you have no filter. You're not like with bold predictions. You're not supposed to have a filter. Like here, like bold prediction, Division 3, Week 2. I say I go Banner to G, Devil Dippers, Raw Sauce, Idaho, Iron Wolves. I always go around that route, but I'm still gonna go on that route. Idaho and Iron Wolves each score 50 plus points.
Each one. That's possible.
Yep,
it's possible.
That's my bold prediction.
Highly unlikely.
Well, that's why it's called bold.
Seems more than bold.
Fire.
All right.
I'm not sure we're going to pick in that one, but I think it's going to be a score like 53 to 50.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow. I'm happy either way. I'm lighting it up.
No. Because you're gonna score on pick sixes. Your team.
Okay. I'm getting them or
no.
Oh. I see. Okay. What if
the 50 points that they score are going to be bombs on you.
Okay. Here's what I'll go with for Div 4 because I had Div 4.
Yeah, you did have Div 4.
Is this bold enough that a team will win scoring only pick sixes and they'll win by at least 3 scores?
Scores? Okay, that's a good one.
There you go.
Because I was going to say most touchdowns in D4 and 5 are pick sixes.
There are more. That's why I went that.
Most. Over 50% of them are.
No, get the But there was a game where there were 2 pick sixes.
Yes.
But that was
Cobras. That was Div 5.
That was Div 5. So I'm saying Div 4
Yeah.
and I'm saying minimum 3 touchdowns scored that way.
And they're only going to score pick sixes.
Yes.
I like that.
It's going to be
That's bold.
3 or more pick sixes and they win like that.
For your first bold prediction ever, that was pretty good.
Oh,
it took you a little bit too much time, but
I went back to the right division as well. I went back
did.
to the correct division.
That was pretty good.
Randomly generated that Will hated so
Yes,
much. It hurt his soul.
Damn computers.
Computers are taking over.
This is bad.
Now first they're generating numbers. Next they're going to take our jobs.
And next thing they're going to be feeding us. You never know.
My dad was a random number generator for 30 years and then a computer took his job. What number am I thinking of, son?
Boom, 7. Nope. You just said 6. Sorry.
And that's when the beatings began. I was 6. I could take it.
Technology. I think that's a wrap.
All right.
Yeah.
I can agree with that. That was a lot of fun.
That was a lot of fun.
I actually I'm just seeing an email. We got D1's A team's roster
No way.
right here.
Okay. You know what? We can keep it a secret.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's going to be on the internet pretty soon.
That's true.
The internet. It's going to be on the website.
Quote unquote. They have one guy recognized
Machines.
from another league that's very good.
Which number? 2, 3, 4, 5.
That
6.
guy. Same. Yeah.
6?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that name as well.
Yeah.
I think he's played in the MFL before.
Most probably has.
Well, it looks like
It'll be a solid roster for 18.
solid roster. Yeah.
Defend that chip. I mean, I don't want them to defend the chip because I'm on another D1 roster, but my heart's like 80% Iron Wolves, 20%.
Yeah, way to sell us out. Way to sell us out. That's fine.
That's what I do best.
We don't care anyway.
Throw people under the bus.
Yeah. It's great that we now have all the teams' rosters. Go register if you haven't registered
Via the computer.
They're taking.
Can we register verbally?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. How would you do that?
We won't.
Yeah. Well,
So no, I guess
technology is
was
really
my
taking
answer.
over.
I wanted to, but a robot took my job.
Here you go.
Yeah, and Kids League. If you know kids find them on the street,
Chickadees, little
bring them,
chickadees.
grab them,
Snatch kids away from their parents.
Yeah, I don't think that's a problem, really.
I mean, if they're playing football,
Who's gonna say anything? Most parents don't even like their kids anyway.
no. And if you're putting them into MFL, we're doing them a favor.
It's. Anyways, I'm not advocating kidnapping children. Snatching is the word. Snatch children.
They completely different word.
Yeah.
Right?
It's
Kidnapping,
not the same
snatching.
thing. One of them,
they start with different letters.
One of them's humorous.
Yeah.
And like, you know.
Yeah.
Joyous.
And less
Others
illegal.
are crying. Okay, great. Thank you so much for having me. Are we doing this?
Yes. Wow, that was pretty good. I was going to say thanks for you to having me in your
I was
home, and thanks for
defending
you
myself
to.
with that high five. That was coming at my face.
Well, I was going hard. Thank you for allowing me into your home, and thank
Oh.
you for being on the show. It was fun.
It was fun.
Maybe we'll do this again because Terry's going to be partying in Greece for the next few weeks, I think.
And when is he back?
Who knows? Yeah, who knows?
Is he
Not like I care.
Cry yourself to sleep over there.
He does the same, so
Yeah.
don't pretend you don't.
He told me different.
Yeah. That is a wrap.
Yeah,
Week
finally.
1,
We've said it 3
MFL.
times, so it's official.
Yes.
Done.
Hope you enjoyed the show. Anyways, we'll see you guys Saturday. Hopefully it's less hot this Saturday.
I think it pretty much has to be.
Let's not check because I want to end the show really quick.
Yeah, there you go.
Thank you for being on the show, John Evans.
There you
Welcome
go.
to the show, folks. I'm going to do this because Terry usually does this.
You know you can cut this part at the end so that you don't see me leaning forward and stuff.
Well, I will not do that.